The Concerned Citizens for Senior Care Society is making their voices heard. The group met with a representative from Alberta Health Services to bring some attention to some issues in our community.
We're talking about the Dr. Cook and what can we do with that, and she's telling us that there's a report coming out soon that will give us some direction on whether we're going to redevelop, repurpose that building or whether we're going to replace it.
The group also discussed ambulance service at the meeting. President Graham Brown says they're looking forward to continuing the conversation.
We think basic service should be at least 2 people, at least 2 paramedics on. So therefore you get, if you get a transfer, you can do that because you have 2 paramedics. Well, if we only have 1, you can't do that. So it's as simple as 1, 2, 3. 1 contract, 2 paramedics, 3 cars.
Brown says they feel their concerns are the same as Alberta Health Services. The Senior Vice President of AHS in Edmonton plans to return soon to keep the dialogue open. Well, a well-known singer and guitar player made a stop in the border city. Semko, who is best known for performing with the Northern Pikes, played at the Root last night. Semko played with the Northern Pikes for 10 years, recording 12 albums with the band. He then went on his own, recording 10 solo albums. Semko has also composed music for various Canadian films and TV series. Last night, residents were treated to some of his work.
I really have fun. I have fun playing. Every time I play is just a complete gift to me. So anytime I'm lucky enough to be able to take my music and my experiences and share them with people, and if they're willing to listen and get into it, then we have a real fun time.
Semko says he loves playing in smaller centers because of our city, because it gives him a chance to connect with people.
That's a cool thing about playing a venue like the Root is people are right there, and I love to meet with people and I love to talk with them.
He's currently working on a new album and will be reuniting with Northern Pikes in the fall for another tour. The Lloydminster Bobcats opened up the AJHL season last night in Bonnyville. Pontiacs outshot the Bobcats 26-10 in the first 2 periods and broke out to a 5-1 lead thanks to a pair of goals by PJ Morocco. The Bobcats rookies seemed to figure things out and made things interesting with 10 minutes to go in the third thanks to goals by Zach Webb and Trey Doyen. But the Pontiacs would end up winning 6-3. Both clubs are back at it tonight at the Civic Center. Puck drop is at 7:30. Well, today, the town of Bonnyville is honoring one young athlete whose life was tragically cut short due to cancer. The 7th annual Scott McDonald Memorial event features a trio of minor football games and a special visit from a former CFLer. Moses Woldu is at Jenny's Diner to meet up with former Eskimo Patrick Kabongo.
Now, this burger you're seeing here, it's topped with mayo, cheese, lettuce, some tomatoes in there, sandwiched between 2 grilled cheese. My goodness, it looks good. It might be tough to tackle for me, but I'll tell you what, a lot of defensive tackles had a very tough time getting through this particular man, and I actually have to get up 1 step to get to Patrick Kabongo. And Patrick, how are you, my friend?
Very good, very good, very good.
10-year CFL veteran here, and boy, oh boy, yeah, you can definitely tell I had to take the step up. 6'8", 393 pounds, but
yes,
definitely.
Up there.
But I'm sure Ricky Ray and Jason Moss were very happy to have you.
Yeah, you know, it was they're great guys, and it was great playing with them, and they're all famous, right? And now Jason Moss is the head coach. Yeah, you got it. And someday Ricky Ray will come and coach in Edmonton too.
Well, let's talk about why you're here in the first place. A big tournament that's going on from the Pee Wees, Bantams, and high school. Tell us why you're here.
So I'm here for the Scott Memorial tournament. So it's today. We're gonna do the coin toss. It's gonna be awesome. The kids are going to be playing, and hopefully they're going to come on top, Bonnyville. So it should be really good. And, it should be a great day.
What does it mean for a guy like you to come out here and help out these kids? I know that's been very important because you've had that in your life as you grew up as a football guy, and knowing now you're in that place. How big of a responsibility is it?
It's huge. I mean, we are role models, right? So people look at us all the time, and us being an athlete and coming in and giving a word to the young generation, encouraging them with not just school but with commitment, making the right decision, making sure that they stay in sport and they stay in school. that's super important because, you know, it's going to determine what and who they're going to be in the future.
Thanks a lot, Patrick. Appreciate it. Patrick Kabongo, the 10-year CFL veteran, will be there at the ceremonial kickoff for the Holy Rosary and Bonnyville Voyageurs game. Before we get to that, I want to get to this piece of delicious cake. And this is a Grey Cup-inspired cake brought in by Jenny here at Jenny's Diner. And Jenny Hamill, a pleasure to have you on. Tell us, how long did it take for you to make something like this?
It takes about 4 days. 4 days from start to finish. We start baking cakes early in the week. And then we put it together. Like I said, we finished up this morning we finished the airbrushing and the writing on the cup itself. So
this is a Scott McDonald Memorial Tournament, something that's been very big in this community. The 7th year. How big is it for you, knowing that you are a football mom yourself, to be a part of this and to help out within the community?
this is huge. This is something I get to give back. I mean, the community comes here to the diner all the time, right? I mean, they support me. So it's nice to be able to give back in this way and you know, to bring out Patrick and to give the kids this cake. I mean, they're all excited. They're all looking at it going, when do we get to eat it? And that's a huge thing for me, to see these kids smile and be able to do that for them. So.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Jenny. Of course, I'll shake your hand right there. So we will be sending it back to you guys in the studio. I might have to devour some of this cake before you guys do. I might be a little bit jealous. But yes, the Scott McDonald Memorial Football Tournament all throughout today. Kickoff 7:30 between Holy Rosary and Bonnyville. We'll send it back to you.
Well, looks pretty delicious there, Moses. Well, that's your look at sports. And Hannah is in next with your weather forecast.